In the year 532 AD, the most powerful man in the world gave a mathematician the most dangerous commission in history. Emperor Justinian I of the Byzantine Empire ordered the construction of a church so vast, so impossible, so far beyond anything the ancient world had ever attempted that no architect in the empire believed it could be done. The dome alone would need to span over 30 meters, suspended nearly 60 feet in the air, above a structure that would seat thousands. No one had ever built anything like it. No one except one man even dared to try. His name was Anthemius of Tralles, and before he became the most celebrated architect in the Byzantine world, he had already proven one extraordinary thing about himself. When someone wronged him, he did not forget, and he did not forgive. He engineered his revenge. The record of this comes from the Byzantine historian Agathias, who documented what Anthemius did to his neighbor Zeno, a lawyer who had beaten him in a property dispute. Anthemius did not appeal the verdict. Instead, he spent weeks constructing a secret machine inside his own apartment, directly beneath Zeno's parlor. He installed a series of large iron boilers connected to leather tubes, threaded invisibly through the floorboards and joists of the building they shared. Then, one evening while Zeno entertained guests above him, Anthemius lit the boilers and sent pressurized steam through the pipes into Zeno's floor. The entire room shook. The walls trembled. Zeno and his guests fled into the street, screaming that an earthquake had struck. No one else in Constantinople felt a thing. That was the man Emperor Justinian commissioned to build the Hagia Sophia. Construction began in February 532. 10,000 workers. Materials sourced from across the entire Mediterranean world. Marble columns stripped from the Temple of Artemis at Ephesus. Justinian himself, according to the historian Procopius, visited the site daily, personally directing decisions. He was deeply involved, perhaps too involved, because when Anthemius proposed his original dome design, Justinian overruled him. The emperor pushed the architects to make the dome flatter and wider than Anthemius had calculated as structurally safe. The building went up anyway, and it was completed in just 5 years and 10 months, on December 27, 537, a speed that the ancient world considered miraculous. Anthemius did not live to see what came next. He died sometime around 534, early in the construction, but the structure he helped design, with its dome built flatter than its architect had recommended, went forward without him. On May 7, 558, exactly 21 years after the Hagia Sophia's dedication, the dome collapsed. Not gradually, not partially. The entire central dome, along with the altar, the ambon, and the ciborium, came down in a catastrophic failure. Structural engineers analyzing the collapse more than 1,000 years later confirmed what had been built into the structure from the beginning. The dome was too flat. The bearing load was unfeasibly high. The shear stress had nowhere to go. It was, as modern engineering analysis describes it, a fatal design, one that was always going to fail. The only question was when. Justinian ordered an immediate restoration. He gave the commission to Isidore the Younger, the nephew of the second original architect. Isidore's solution was to raise the dome by 6 meters, make it taller and steeper, and use lighter materials throughout. The redesigned structure held. And it is that second dome, the corrected dome, built to undo the consequences of imperial overreach, that still stands in Istanbul today. We cannot know with certainty what Anthemius intended. He died before the building was finished. A historical record does not give us a letter, a confession, or a blueprint with margins full of warnings. What it gives us is this: a man of extraordinary technical genius, documented by his contemporaries to be capable of building hidden machines that simulated earthquakes, who was commissioned to build the most ambitious structure in the world, whose structural warnings were overruled by the emperor who employed him, and whose original dome failed in exactly the way that overruled warnings would predict. History records the collapse. History records the flaw. What history cannot fully answer is whether the flaw was negligence or calculation. The dome of the Hagia Sophia still stands. The second dome, the corrected one, built to fix what the first one got wrong. And standing inside it today, you are standing in the shadow of a question that no one alive can definitively answer. Was the greatest architect of the ancient world simply overruled? Or was he, in some small and unreachable corner of his genius, already measuring the distance from the floorboards to the ceiling?